Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
This is a homemade pornography set in here, guys.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I've
seen internet.
welcome to Cowboy Boys.
Yes.
Yeehaw! Episode, I don't even know.
714.
Return of Andrew Hobbs. You were one of our, I think, you were our second
Hello.
most requested guests.
Who was first?
Doesn't matter. You don't
Yeah,
know.
you don't get to know, but
I don't get to know.
We'll reveal
No.
it later.
Was it much better?
no.
Who
no.
was it?
I think,
Do I know them?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that.
As long as you don't know them.
That's another thing. When people outdo me and I don't know them, I go, "That's okay."
all right.
That's like if when you have the discussion on cheating with your girl, if you have like an open relationship, you're like, just no one I know, no one in my coworkers, none of them.
That's a very common style of not
Open-
polyamory, but I don't remember what. I guess polyamory. But it's called don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
You see it on fucking Tinder and shit all the time.
Can I lay a truth on you?
Let me hear it.
We've gone back what, many years now?
Almost a decade.
You
Yeah.
met me when I was single, and then
Yeah.
you met me when I first started dating my wife.
Yeah, I've known.
Yeah.
I've seen the whole thing play out.
Do you remember? And you probably don't remember this because in your head you're just being probably like a nice guy introducing yourself. But in my head,
Yeah.
I got super defensive
No,
because I wasn't sure who I was gonna date. Because my wife, who was dating a DJ,
I remember
so
this
I've
from
told you this.
Oregon.
Yeah, from Oregon.
I listen to everything you say. Love you so much, Hobbs.
Thank you.
I've listened to every podcast episode you've been on.
Oh, did we talk about that? Maybe I've already told you this then. But she was trying to set me up with a coworker,
Yeah.
and so I was trying to date her.
Uh-huh.
But we weren't like hitting it off great, but it was fun. We were like getting to know each other. But after the dates, Savannah and I would
Whoa.
talk about how the date went.
Don't dox your wife.
Oh, her name is Beth. I just call her because we met in Savannah, Georgia. Anyway, me and Beth. So after the dates, we would go and talk, and then we would always hit it off way, way more.
Yeah, it's so
Right?
funny
Yeah.
to be like bonding over that.
I know.
So wait, these were like double dates? Or
Sometimes they would be like
she was
it
just there,
She
yeah.
was just there to kind of like we were all kind of hanging out as a group, and it was Savannah or damn it,
No.
Beth was always like, "Why don't you guys keep hanging out?" And then we'd wink at each other and be like, "Okay, we'll try."
Yeah.
And then we'd go hang out, and then I'd call and meet up with my wife later, and we talk about
Your wife now.
my wife now. Now I don't know what to call her
Then-
without doxing her.
It's not
is that not a
doxing.
thing?
It's not
I was
real.
making
It's
a- I'm
so
not on the
easy
internet.
to find her. It's crazy
Yeah.
how
Okay.
easy it is.
Anyway, both of them said
Mhm.
when they came to the show, they were like, "Who is this comedian with the tattoos? He's funny."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, that's Shayne." And the one girl said, "Well, he was kind of hot." And I took her aside and I said, "If this works out or not, you can never date."
Yes.
So I
listen.
apologize for that, but
Don't apologize.
Wow, my future wife.
Could
My future wife.
what could have been?
Wow. You know what,
no.
though? I 100% agree with you. If I am even remotely interested in someone romantically and then they date another comedian, I'm like, I'm going to kill you both.
Yeah,
That's the absolute worst thing you could do. And if I'm interested in someone and they've dated a comedian in the past, immediately I'm like, no.
Yeah, this is over.
Well, it depends on the comic.
No,
but-
it doesn't.
Oh no, I was gonna say. wait, I was setting up a joke.
Oh.
'Cause sometimes,
yes,
I was
and
doing a
yes,
joke,
and take two.
because sometimes there'll be a comic, and I already forgot, I fucked it up.
Who's the
Sounds
comic?
like, one of my sets.
Oh, yeah. It's so bad. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I'm just flattered someone liked me.
Hey, well, they seemed way into it, and I was just as adamantly opposed.
We are very similar but very different at the same time. And so I could see how if there was a woman and I was interested in her and she was like, Hobbs seems very handsome, I'd be like, all right, but that's not even close to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Exactly. It's like, so what are you into?
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa.
exactly.
You can be into a lot of things. Just like how I'm into bodybuilding women and women with surfer bodies and
Yes.
women with rock climbing bodies. Like it's a full spectrum of
I'm
different.
really into fit women.
There's different types of fit.
Here's my thing. I agree with you. I am just, what do you call it? Toxically, I'm jealous. I'm toxic.
In general, or because of this story?
In general.
In general.
In general, yeah. It's,
Yeah, it's a real problem for me.
Yeah.
Is it a problem?
No, it's not a
Yeah,
problem. I
go
have a
on.
ton of self-control and therapy's done great, but it is there in me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You've pushed it deep down.
Yeah.
I just don't like lash out because of it.
Yeah.
I'm also a very angry person. I have like severe anger issues, but I haven't like lashed out angrily at anyone who isn't Mac in like a ton of
You
time.
just bury that deep down.
I'm getting more angry than I used to be.
About what?
I don't know. What I'm turning into like my dad, I guess.
I'm
What?
angry right now.
I'm just becoming more and more Republican.
Because your ears are tucked into your hat. You're one of those guys.
I like it.
It was cold.
Oh, okay.
It's a beanie. They're supposed to cover your ears.
Why are
What do you? It's not a fitted
people
cap.
wearing
It's
it
a
like this?
beanie.
Like,
yeah, that's cooler.
That's what
Is this
Mac wants.
Well, you live in Brooklyn now.
Well, he's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
used to seeing all the Jewish people in our neighborhood. He's like, "Why is your hat covering your ears?
I
you
recently
freak!"
we looked up on eBay because I wanted to. I don't want to
Like
say infiltrate their community, but I wanted to like walk around and be like, "Hey, look, I got one too." And those hats, this is the English American price is $1,000 on eBay.
He's not
the
talking.
little skull cap
no, not
part?
the skull cap.
People
the giant,
think. Yeah, I was just about to say Mac didn't set it up at all. What he's referencing is
Yeah,
we live around Hasidic
the
Jews.
black.
They have a whole fit,
Dude, they
Yeah.
got
and they have two hats they wear. They have Mortal Kombat hat,
the big one.
and then they have fucking Russian Cossack hat.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's the Russian Cossack hat?
that's the one where when it's cold, their regular hat has like fur that goes
oh, I've
Real-
never seen those.
big square
Yeah.
fur thing on their head
They're like
or
$1,000.
disc.
Yeah,
I
that's
want-
the one you
I
want.
want one. I want to wear it as a fashion thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mac has been talking about it literally since before we moved into this neighborhood. Even
Yeah.
you've been like, "Oh, I want one of those hats."
You know what fashion thing? You see something on someone else and you're like, I could rock that. It's just like
Oh.
a feeling.
It would be so funny to see you in your regular clothes,
But
but, with,
but
the
with the
hat,
hat.
and he would just be standing there like,
So I bought a Stetson. It's like a cowboy hat, right? Stetson's a cowboy brand.
Here in New York?
No, I bought it back in Utah.
Nice.
Okay.
Or in Idaho actually, but I had them bend the brim up, so it's like if I was a folk musician hat.
"Oh,
That's-
you got it bent."
Yeah, it's like bent around.
Oh, it's
and
too much. I have a Stetson.
Do ya?
I have two Stetsons
Well, that's the
actually.
thing. I bought a second one because it's like the silver belly color is what they call it. Is like hard to match with. So I bought a black one.
Yeah. I have
And
two.
it's so much thought to put into. You gotta like, if I wear this, I gotta wear like layers and like a jean jacket.
You gotta get a
Really?
bolo tie.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta get a
get-
special jacket.
Oh.
You have to bust out the cowboy boots, a belt buckle. You can't just have the
you can't
hat.
half-ass
I
it.
think if you have a regular cowboy hat, you can kind of just wear it with whatever.
Is
but
yours
if you,
like Western style?
Yeah, I have a Western style, and then I have a Gambler, which I never wear now because I've had it for like 10 years, but girls wear that like Kung Lao style of Mortal Kombat hat all the
Yeah.
time, and I feel like I look
do.
like them, so I never wear it anymore. A Gambler is like a flat topped sort of one of those, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
the regular cowboy hat's a look. I should wear it way more than I do, but I just don't.
Why aren't you wearing it right now? These are filmed, our video podcasts.
Yeah, I might buy a hat.
We should have podcasting only hats.
Whoa!
Dude,
and
next
then the
time-
guests can choose from the quiver
Oh,
of hats.
Gonna
yeah.
put them on the wall.
Yeah.
We could be like shoot.
Dang, I should have thought about it. I should have brought my hats.
Instead of sneaker heads, we'll be hat heads.
Whoa! Hat feet. Because it's sneaker heads, hat feet.
Yeah, hat feet.
I got Hobbs. I'm happy with it.
I
Hell
know
yeah.
when to laugh. That's my great skill.
Oh man, you know what? You're my second favorite podcast guest too. I agree with them. You're great.
Hell yeah.
So wait, you were saying you were getting angry at stuff?
Oh
You're getting
well,
more angry with old age?
I just noticed it. And my dad is not to throw him under the bus, I guess, but
Say
he's not
his full
listening to
name
this.
and address.
Yeah.
Throw him under that bus.
But he it's so funny because I grew up in Idaho, so I didn't know anything about politics. I just knew Republicans were people of God.
Yeah.
And liberals were the opposite.
Of
And
the
potatoes
devil.
are delicious.
And potatoes are delicious.
That's not very political in Idaho. Though. That's just
That's
truth.
just the truth.
Okay.
And so in my head, it's like, yeah, of course, like you vote Republican if you want to adhere to like the Lord's values or something. Whatever.
Yeah. That's exactly.
And I remember
the
my
thing.
dad. His job was a kind of a contract negotiator. So he would, and it just depended which side he was representing. So sometimes he'd represent management, and sometimes he'd represent unions. So he had a lot of like I don't want union sympathy.
Sure, of course.
For the record,
Yeah.
unions are great, sure.
Yeah.
But like, so he would say stuff where I remember as a kid hearing like these are talking points of a liberal and thinking like, is my dad? Does he vote Democrat? Like,
Is my dad gay?
It's like I remember they told my grandparents that they vote exclusively Democrat because when they were in the Great Depression, FDR gave them a job, and so they're like, we're Democrats for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like they were the of my whole Mormon upbringing, they were the weak links. So I was like, well, I'm tracks.
See,
right?
Oh,
This is why I'm Republican, because Trump is the other one who gave me checks during the pandemic, and Biden has yet to give me my $1,200. So I will vote red until I die.
Until you die.
Where my money, Biden?
Yeah.
Anyway,
The Democrats can buy my vote. They just have to give me.
Did Trump send out checks?
Yeah.
Twice.
I didn't get a check.
You didn't get a check?
I
That's
think
'cause
you
you're
might have got a direct deposit. You might be doing so well you didn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh man, tell you, marry rich, guys.
Very
rich.
I'm trying.
Oh, being married
Yeah.
might have done something to
yeah,
it.
I think
don't
we
know.
got less because we both were working.
Damn.
I don't know. Anyway, so my dad is kind of like this way where it's. I think now, whereas when I was younger, I saw him as kind of like more open-minded liberal. As he gets older, and because he's an older white guy, the rhetoric is like the white guys are the bad guys, and so he's always like, "But I don't think that way, and yet I'm the bad guy." And it's just you can slowly see.
Well,
he kind of I feel like he feels like he's attacked.
Don't you?
So he gets more stressed.
Do you feel attacked? Because
No. But it's the same that part of your brain that like you get angry over stuff that doesn't matter.
well,
Yeah. Of course.
That's what I get angry about.
because my whole thing is when people are like rich white males, and I'm just like, you're so close, and you could get a bunch of white males on your side if you just attack only rich people. Rich
Yeah.
people's the problem. You're putting in a gender and race and losing a lot of people who would agree with you. Just poor white males who are
Yeah.
like, yeah, we also. It's one of those. Hey, everybody, Google last time everyone was talking about Occupy Wall Street, and then suddenly after they snubbed that, all this. What do you call it? Identity politics started cropping up in the news after that. That's my conspiracy corner. We should do one of those.
it's
every,
probably not
the
too far
conspiracy
off.
corner.
yeah. So that like after Occupy Wall Street, everything that was reported in the media was just more identity politics. It's like no, let's not talk about how money is
They did that
involved.
way before, right?
You think?
Yeah, yeah. They
Dude,
did it like
I've-
the guy that started oh shoot, I don't know, like Fox News or whatever, like
Yeah.
wasn't that their whole thing?
He's in on it.
Well, yeah,
He's
sure.
rich.
is.
Rich people are what I'm saying. It's like they're getting everyone to fight,
Yeah.
all of us to fight. We're fighting right now because you have more money than me.
Yeah,
but
well, I
you're-
don't.
Oh yeah.
My wife made that very, very
Oh, yeah.
clear the
She's a
other
girl.
day too.
She's a girl boss.
She said she had a lot of money and I don't.
Does she use that against you?
know,
She's
she
like,
does.
hey. She's like, the dish. There's a lot of dishes piling
Oh,
up.
dude. No, I don't even let that happen. I do the dishes.
Oh.
And then that way it's not, she can't be like, I'm working all day. I'm like sneaking behind her Zoom meetings
Dude.
playing video games. I feel like if I play a video game, that annoys her. If I read a book, somehow I get more
Here's what
points,
you
like,
do.
You're being
You-
so productive.
You got to get a big book that'll fit your Switch in it.
Yeah.
You can-
Do you find yourself pursuing hobbies that you don't enjoy but make you sexier in her eyes? You're like, oh, look at this pot I made you. I've taken up ceramics, or
That's just when you get married. That's just what you do.
okay.
But in this specifically, my debt to, as you called it, sexy ratio is
Mhm.
too low. the job is what makes you super sexy to a lady.
Yeah. Women
And
love
so when you
security.
don't have a job,
So unfortunately real.
yeah, oh yeah. If you came here for just entertainment, you see yourself out.
That's
These
right.
are facts.
We'll sign you. We'll give you a permanent position on our Cowboy Studio. Cowboy Boys
I'll
Studios.
design the business card myself. That's I just need a place to go every day, so I'm out of
Dude, yeah, just be like Casey Anthony and fake having a job. You can just
Yeah.
come here every day.
We'll play video games, so we'll give you fake checks, fake pay stubs. They're taking
I'm not going through.
Here's what we'll do. We got to find you a baby.
Okay.
And then you take care of it. Now you're a house husband, and then you work harder than her because no one works harder than a single
Did I
mom.
tell you, the second she's pregnant, I'm not doing a dish without talking about it. I will be like, you may have been at work all day, but me and that future baby are doing the dishes.
Dude.
But yeah, this is my second time being unemployed while married
in New York.
in New York. So the first time I quit because I wasn't having fun, and then the pandemic happened, and so that felt like maybe a bad idea.
Yeah.
Then I come here, I got fired, and I got fired
Because you weren't having fun.
because I wasn't having fun. So that I hated that job. I got this job, but it paid great, and I
This
was
new
like,
one?
yeah, the one I just
So you just got
had.
fired from the new job?
And it was like more money than I had made doing design and graphic stuff than before. So I was like, this is great.
You
But
wanna
I
plug your
just
graphic design right now?
absolutely hated it. No. But
Hire freelance
yeah,
designer.
AOHcreative.com. That's real, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Is your
That's my
middle name
portfolio.
Oscar?
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow, it's the most Mormon shit.
I know, right?
Very Mormon.
It's my mom's maiden name. See, now I'm giving up too much
Oh.
information.
Oh.
My mom's
Dude.
been dead for 30 years. Don't steal her identity.
Do you want me to bleep that?
Yeah, bleep that.
All right. I'll bleep her middle name.
I don't think it matters
Yeah.
at
No,
all,
we're-
even a little
We're
bit.
getting to that point where maiden names, that's a security risk. Anyways.
So yeah, like I was planning on quitting the job. I was already looking for new jobs, and I could tell, like, we had a meeting where I just fought them on everything. They were designing this new website, and I just like, no, this sucks. I don't want to do this.
Was it actually bad?
It was really bad, and they were doing a redesign, which I thought they hired me to do, but then someone else was doing it. So I was like, anyway, it never really quite worked out. And then I think they were just waiting for me to close on the house, because if they would have fired me before, it would have messed up the bank stuff. So the day we closed is the day they fired me.
So they kind of mercifully allowed you to have one thing, but
Yeah.
then they were like, and you're gone.
Yeah. So as soon as the bank closed, they let me go, which was a week before Christmas. And I was like super happy, but the guy that was firing me, my boss, he was like all teary-eyed. He says that he fought for me in a meeting, and which I don't know if he did.
Was he actually crying?
He was all like, he wasn't like weeping, but he was like,
Yeah.
I know you're going to hate me for this, but they don't think it's working out.
Damn, dude,
That-
it sucks so
I
bad
know.
that they have a guy they
Yeah.
make do it. They
Well,
like.
he was my boss. So
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
okay.
that's like-
I thought they sent a dude. They
no,
hired
no.
like a hitman.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. This is all. Just so you know, it's only business.
Yeah,
He's
man.
fucking-
I
Professional
saw your
crier.
Twitter. I like this. I didn't want to do no, but like, so he fires me, and because I didn't really care, and I saw it coming. I thought, like, he's having a hard time, so I go, but it's Christmas. It's just silence, and he's like, yeah, I know. And then I'm like, oh, this is so great.
Dude, if someone was firing me and I was mad, I would just be like, "Hey, just so you know, my wife has brain cancer. Found out
Yeah.
today. Found out today." Just to, like, just to be evil. Just like, listen, you're gonna cry during this meeting. I need you to cry the whole way.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, we're going all in.
Oh.
I just bought a house, and it's Christmas.
It's so
I thought
funny.
that was pretty fun. That was worth being.
Did they
fired
fire you
over.
in the morning or at the end of the workday?
Oh, they fired me at 11.
So
AM.
half. You did half a workday.
Well, I mean, it was getting into like kind of the holiday break, so it's like I was starting work at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah.
part. I'm not without fault in this for sure.
Wait. Don't tell your future employers.
Oh yeah, don't.
Because they're
I'll be
hiring
a great
you
employee if I like what I'm doing.
Well, of course. That's
Yeah.
only
Everyone.
reasonable.
But yeah, as soon as he said I was fired, I shut my laptop. I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
working on anything, which was great because it wasn't like I would never ever Like a 2-week notice is only a one-sided thing. If someone said we're going to fire you in 2 weeks, I'm not working for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? But yeah, so now I'm unemployed again, and my wife. Yeah, it's funny because I told her, it's like, I'm not going to waste it this time. I'm going to really find out who I am, what I want to do. I thought that would be like motivational and inspirational to her, and she's like, he's really taking this serious. No,
can't
and
wait.
she's like, you need a job immediately because you have no money. And I was like, what? Like her friend asked her if we want to go to Coachella, and she said before I could go, I'm not really into it. She goes, Andrew doesn't have any money. He can't go.
Wait.
And I was like,
Whoa, is she gonna go?
yeah, she's going to go.
What?
Which is fine because I don't really want to go to.
I wouldn't want to go to Coachella
Right.
either.
Oh,
She does
okay.
want me to go. She's like, and she was kidding. I am very good at playing like the dumb guy in the thing.
Do you have to? Is she gonna?
What if she's like, bitch, I'll spot you, but you better get me.
Is she gonna start charging you interest?
No, luckily no, but well, maybe. I don't know. She just seems a lot more annoyed with it this go around than the first go around.
When we have, you
I
on
think
the-
she's annoyed because you got fired this time.
I don't know.
But
She's like
it
crazy
feels like-
supportive.
It feels like the first time she should have been annoyed. This time she'd be like, damn, they fired you on Christmas? That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
They fired a hitman to do it?
You're
You know, like...
well, she could because we were sharing an Airbnb while we were waiting for the house to open up, and so we were just like one room apart. I could hear her typing, and then when my phone call started, she stopped typing.
Oh.
And she 100% was listening. When I opened the door, she goes, "I can't believe they did that."
Oh,
I was like, I
brutal.
can.
Your wife heard you get
I know,
fired.
I got cucked by my job.
She just opens
Yeah.
the door. You told them I had brain cancer? You're like, yeah,
Hey,
you're
man,
gonna...
whatever. I got to win that conversation.
Whatever it takes out
Whatever
here.
it takes. Yeah, so that goes back into like why I feel like maybe I get more angry lately. Like, who just quits their job because they're not having fun? Like, I could have kept
Me,
that job.
I would
Yeah.
do that.
I do that.
But like I was like bottling. Like, I'd get off a Zoom meeting and just these guys, they don't even know what they want, and I'd be like, why am I so mad over a mattress like
Yeah.
company? You know,
Why do
just-
you give a shit about bad design?
Yeah,
just do the fucking
you
job.
Just do it. I could have, even if I would have kept that job that I quit the first time and worked from home, I could have made, whatever it was I was making and doing
$1 million?
minimal work. Like it was,
Yeah.
that was a free ride. I could have been doing all the comedy stuff I wanted
Well,
to do and not feel bad.
Listen, that's a lesson learned.
Yeah.
And here we've come around and now you have the good mindset. A lot of people never ever get the good mindset.
I hope I have it because I do feel like I'm going through like a midlife crisis of like, I don't know how do people work 8 hours a day? I can't do it anymore.
I figured out how to do it a while ago.
Yeah.
I was pretty much, before comedy worked out for me, I was like really happy and I was not worried about it. I was at the fucking t-shirt factory and I was like I had my headphones in.
When you say t-shirt factory, you mean you were making t-shirts?
Yeah, I was
Oh, okay.
making t-shirt. And honestly, I was like, it was like bullshit, literal like bullshit,
Slave labor.
dog shit, like bad work. And I was like in a room. There's like this machine that they put the shirts in after they print them, and it like superheats the shirts, and then you have to pull them out, and they're so hot you have to wear like gloves so the machine doesn't burn you. And the machine heats the room up, so even in the winter
You're sweating to death.
you literally the place was so casual, they're like, fuck it. And so I would just be in my underwear or like shorts.
Yeah.
So I'd like take my pants off. So I'd just be like working shirtless, like, and you would just have to look at the shirts for defects and fold them. The most mind-numbing thing you can possibly imagine. Then you count the stacks and you carry like stacks of hundreds of shirts and you put them in boxes, and then you carry heavy-ass boxes around. That's all you do for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
No one talks to you. No one fucking helps you unless it gets really busy. And like people literally were drunk or high at work.
Hell yeah.
Like not, and when I say high, I don't mean like, oh, they were smoking weed. I mean
like
they
meth.
found needles at work multiple times. And I was like, you know what? I could do this forever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I would just listen to music. I was in my zone. No one fuck with me. And I just kind of stopped. I didn't have the like, oh, I deserve better. I was like, no, fuck it. I'm going to make this work out for me. I'll be happy. And then I'm the kind of person who's like, if it's my break, I refuse to do work.
Yeah.
If I'm off, I leave immediately. There are people who are like, you going to stay late and pack these up? No, I'm not. Fuck you. I would do the absolute bare minimum. And once I fell into that, but I was like not miserable, I started to find that like the people I worked with were like, Yeah, it's fine because he's not a miserable piece of shit to work with. It doesn't matter that he doesn't do extra shit. Like they were just like, yeah, there he is.
He does his job.
Yeah,
he's not high on heroin.
Yeah, and then
he shows up every other day.
But
it's crazy, better than the last guy.
The crazy amount of people who would be like, I need to do more. I'm bored or whatever. And I'd be like, nah, man, they let me listen to music. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And dude, I was locked in and ready to just do that for the rest of my life.
I had that one machine shop job where they
the one here.
I've had a couple, but there was one I got where they wouldn't let me have headphones in, and there was like I'd sit there.
Dude,
it was literally
like a safety reason.
Probably a safety reason, but it was like I was operating machines that I'd hit the button and sit and wait for 30 to 40 minutes for the operation to finish, and then measure like the parts and like adjust the stuff. And it was a whole company of old guys, like old, just like 56-year-old like just dudes who've been machining for their whole life. And so I'd always sneak my headphones. Oh, I wish I had AirPods back then. It would have been so much easier.
Yeah, you're so. And back then, Mac was doing this thing where he was like, wireless, huh? And then he would be like, always talking shit about how his wired headphones were.
So, anyways, I remember
doing that.
I remember that I got in trouble a couple times for having my like looking at my phone. You couldn't look at your phone. Like it's like those are nightmare jobs.
Yeah.
And then I started bringing a book. I brought a book to work, and all these people were like, they're like, what the fuck? That's so smart. Why didn't we think about this in our 20 years of working
so
here?
Crazy.
And I had to quit the job because it was so depressing watching just old guys, like 60-year-old, like get older in real time, just sitting on a stool, staring off into nothing, thinking about whatever in their heads and just waiting for the machines to finish up.
That's fucking crazy.
It was, and I was like, I quit that job. I went back to my old machine shop job where I was like, yeah, they just let me. That was the one where people would just like drink and just run machines.
Anytime,
pass out.
The amount of my friends, because I mean, most of my friends are regular people who have regular jobs. I don't really hang out with. I'm not a person who's trying to hang out with like comedians or popular people. I don't give a shit. But like,
that's why.
Hit me up.
Yeah. That's why you're here.
They want the second most
popular guy. We fucking.
We could get the most popular requested, but we don't want him.
All my friends are always like, "Oh, I'm so bored at work. I wish they would let me do this or that." It's like bored at work. As long as you're not like mindlessly having to sit and stare at a wall, like what is it called in prison? Solitary confinement style. Like if they let you, like people will be like, I'm bored. It's like you're on a computer. Watch YouTube. Like, what are you? They're like, ugh, work sucks. I just sat and watched YouTube all day. I'm like, dude, you should fucking. You're insane and stupid. You need to fucking meditate and change your mindset or something.
Their problem is they haven't discovered Cowboy Boys podcast yet.
Oh yeah, true. If you're listening to this at work, you're fucking doing it, baby. You're the real ones.
Find your coworker who looks the most suicidal and introduce them to this podcast.
It's so crazy to me. People don't like. They're just like, work sucked. I just listen to my headphones all day. It's fucking boring. It's like, you're insane. This is the dumbest. I can't believe how stupid you are to me when I hear this right now.
Yeah, it's so the other place, like my job. I mean, all my jobs post college have been like creative jobs where it's like I'm supposed to come up with some sort of campaign or whatever, visual, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we're gonna hire you for that.
Eventually
to like sell someone's product, and it's like that. The problem with that is it's like you have to go to a meeting and pitch these ideas to people, and then they say no to you so much, and then they get mad at you.
Sell me this pencil. Right.
Hey, do you have a pocket knife?
You
want this?
That's a visual gag.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You only get that joke if you watched
it on
YouTube video later. But like like to have some CEO or marketing manager tell you no, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
And be like, that's when it's like I'm bored at work.
Oh,
because I'd rather come up with funny ideas for me to do on stage than to sell your mattress.
Oh, dude, I've pitched a wild amount of things and people are like, no,
nope.
I can't tell you. The worst is when I first started, like when the first time ever in comedy, someone's like, hey, do you want to come to the agency and like talk to him or whatever? And you're just like, my life's about to change.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be different. This is the biggest deal I've ever had. I'm spending all of my extra spending money to fly to LA to like pitch to this thing. And you show up and they go, and they clearly don't like anything you have to say and don't like you, and then they go bye, and then you're like, in your head, you're like,
Are you
but
guys paying
this
him?
was supposed to change my life.
I just
Yeah.
spent $400
I
flying
just-
out
I-
here. I took a loan.
I did that twice. I borrowed money from my girlfriend at the time once to fly out to LA thinking it was going to like change my
Yeah.
life. And not only did it not, but it was so bad. And then I had to sleep on the beach one night.
Yeah, I remember
oh,
that.
dude.
I remember that one
Really?
time where they like canceled on you.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm here, and they're like, oh, we're not gonna meet with you. And you're like,
They,
Oh my gosh.
dude, they set up a whole thing. It was like a really big deal too. They were like, "This is a big deal. You're gonna talk to," and the lady was like, "Make sure to be here on time. Make sure to dress like this. Make sure to say this." And she was like, "I'm so excited for us. We're gonna get a show pitch. Like they really love you. We're all excited." And I showed up, and they didn't remember.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, and I spent all this money, and like, dude, it was crazy. I literally had like, because I was living paycheck to paycheck, so I had like $500 in my account, and I didn't get paid. And I remember just being like, I had like $80 to last me a week to eat. And I was just, it was so embarrassing too, because I went and stayed with my friend, and they're like, "You want to go eat out?" And I was like,
Cannot.
no. I remember going and being like, I'm not even that hungry, and we're eating Mexican food. And I was just eating the
yeah.
chips that were free
Oh,
so
no.
much, trying not to let them know that I like spent all my money on this. And then the person didn't even remember. Dude, I was in their garage on the phone, and they hung up, and I was like, I couldn't even cry. It was like that. It was that I was that bummed out where I was just like, I didn't cry till later. My girlfriend at the time messaged me. She was like, "How'd it go? Was it great?" And I was like, because it's not even that I failed. It's they didn't even
Yeah.
I know
see
you
me.
didn't get the
better.
chance to be bad.
Yeah.
Dude, on a much lesser level, that happened with a comedy festival. I sent in a thingy, got accepted, went to the comedy festival, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not seeing myself on the list." And it got to like, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's just an oversight." And like, then the show's over, and I'm like, "Hey, I didn't go. I didn't go up." They're like, "Oh my gosh, that's our bad. We'll put you on 2 shows tomorrow." I show up, and they had no idea who I was. I had to pay to get in
Dude.
to the thing. I was like, "No, I'm a comedian."
You flew out to
Yeah,
it?
I flew out to it, and
Oh no!
and now I'm buying a ticket.
No!
Luckily, someone goes, "Oh, he's a comic," and so I didn't pay, but I didn't get on the show. I didn't do any sets.
So you flew out to a comedy festival
Wait.
and just watched it?
Just watched it.
What festival was that?
It was some.
We're gonna if you go, we're gonna.
Yeah, dude.
It's
run
not
for
a good
the-
festival,
no,
obviously.
it was like a smaller.
Tell us the name.
What was it? Finger Lakes. It was
Oh,
up in,
dude, you're lucky. That one's
but-
bad.
Yeah,
But-
fuck that one.
I mean, it was one of those things where it's like I probably should have just been more assertive and been like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I
No.
flew out here. Put me on. Like, I'll
But-
go up right now."
But still,
But you know,
it's just like, what even are you doing? That sucks so bad. Holy shit, that's
but
brutal.
it's not like. A job that you show up and they're like, "Oh, who are you?"
yeah. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Oh man, I've gone to like job interviews where the guy was like, I walk in, they're excited because you do like the first 3 you send in your resume and they go, "Okay, well, we'll schedule an interview. We're very excited." You like talk or whatever,
they see
and then
your
you have the
face.
real in person. And I walked in and the guy literally said, "Oh, honey, no." He was like this really gay dude who was
honey,
just like,
what?
"Oh, honey, no," and it was like this job I really was excited. I
What
thought
was
I
it?
had it.
What was it for? Is it like
It was to work for fucking that company that went WeWork or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They went out of business, but they were like, "You're gonna work as a fucking doing what my brother does, working in tech," which
So
I'm like wildly qualified
he works
for.
remote. You don't even need to see your face.
At the time, it was no longer,
Oh,
but yeah, I
that's
would have
so
been in the
stupid.
office. I had like I was so qualified, and then the person they hired over me ended up getting fired,
and they died.
and then they died,
And
and,
that is the reason-
and their tits were recalled, and then they died.
And then they're also that's why WeWork collapsed.
Yeah,
Specifically
they
because
had hired
There's
me.
like a whole documentary on it. I haven't watched it yet though.
That would have like been so important. That would have been so helpful. But you know what? I was playing with T-shirts, so it worked out.
I mean, it's working out right now.
Yeah, it all worked out, but I'm just lucky. There's like
Yeah.
literally, no joke, millions of Americans who are like, it didn't work out, and I am here.
Yeah.
Well, I think I like to think about it in terms of comedy because of all the comics who do like put themselves in homeless positions for
Yeah,
days
yeah.
or nights or like a week. And I'm
Wait,
like,
for material or
No, for, like,
that's
trying-
just how it goes.
that's just how it goes. Because like the first,
Oh, okay.
the first,
I was like, I don't know. I could just use your imagination, make up material.
oh, well, I'm saying like the first 2 nights.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you.
I don't need to be method homeless.
That's the thing. I'm a method actor. It's like,
Yeah.
have you ever tried
Why don't
acting?
you just pretend you're a wizard?
No, because like the first night or 2 in New York, I slept in my car. I was woken up by someone bashing into my car. So I like hear all these like comedy, like the stuff that people go through to get to comedy. I'm like, oh, it doesn't work out for a lot of bad comics, and that makes me feel good. But then there's a few where I'm just like, damn, I really like him, and he's still
Yeah, it's
has-
never.
nothing's hitting.
Ugh.
Dude, that's like one of the big fears. I mean, I don't know where I fall on the spectrum of comedy, but one of the biggest fears is not failing out. It's like failing and staying in.
That's
you know,
and
like-
that's
Yeah, yeah.
what happens.
Like
often.
being mediocre enough that it's like I can't quit because it's like I'm getting traction, but never enough traction. That next thing you know, you're 65-year-old and like I'm gonna hit up an open mic tonight.
Well, but I felt like I started to do well when I stopped caring.
Yep.
Like I gave up.
mm-hmm.
I truly gave up.
Same.
That's why when I said I was like, oh, I'm in the zone with this T-shirt thing, that was where I was like, okay, well, maybe I will be here for the rest of my life. And what then? And I was like, well, what's my plan? I don't want to go to school. And then I was like, what do I want from life? And I was like, well, I like my girlfriend right now, and that's really fulfilling. And I was like, well, I like playing games and I like skating. And then I was like, why don't I just like try to be happy right now? And that's like when I was like, I just went to the job one day and I woke up early and I was like, I'm just not going to be miserable. And then I went and I was like, I'm just going to enjoy this. And then I just started like, yeah, I go to work and then I have all this time to hang out and I just won't do what I don't want to do. And then I sort of kind of was just like, yeah, who cares if comedy works out? And then I just started like doing comedy when I wanted to. And I stopped going to mics all the time, because I felt like I was just like giving myself burnout. And then I was like, oh, this is fun. I'll just do it for fun. And then like I stopped caring what other comics thought, because I was like, well, now I
I've gotta
don't
do
care
that.
as much. And then
Yeah.
and then over time it just like started to snowball, and now I'm where I am now. But I was like, oh, I'm just going to be content there. And I feel like I do pretty good now, because I'm also like, yeah, I'll probably not be a comic like, hey, maybe in the next 5 years and I'll fucking be working a regular job, but who knows? I'll just fucking do my best to be happy and fucking surf and skate, and maybe there'll be a girl I really like or a guy I like or fucking whatever. I don't know. I'm just fucking, but I'm just trying to like do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's like probably the healthiest perspective. Like, I guess you got to be careful that you're not just in denial, but I think that sounds good.
Totally.
you know?
But like, if you the whole thing, you can. It's only sad if you're like still in comedy when you're 60 and you're like, the next one's gonna hit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're in comedy when
And you
you're
love
60 and you're just like, yeah, I come here because I like it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
When people are like, you're still 60, and you just go, yeah, and then you just keep doing your thing, as opposed to you're still 60 and you go, oh no, I never got famous. It's like, who gives a
Dude,
fuck?
I do that, and people are like, "You're 34," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm 36," because it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's tough. But I remember when I was in college, I got this job I was driving buses in Alaska, and it was like, even now I'm like, this is the best job I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
miss
drive a
those jobs.
bus. It's easy. I get paid great for what I didn't need that much, but I was making good money. And I was pretty much, I gave a tour, but I didn't tell you any actual Alaskan facts. I just made it up and tried to make the bus laugh, right?
Yeah,
So it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
Stand up while I was driving. It was
Like, hey,
great.
there was Bigfoot.
Yeah,
I saw him.
exactly. And one time I was like, "Oh, there's a bear," and you could feel the bus shift as everyone went. And I was like, "Just kidding. Sorry, everybody." And I got booed. They booed me. But
I'd boo you if I thought there was a bear. I love bears.
Yeah, everybody does. But I was studying to do advertising because I was too afraid to try to be a comedian or a writer, like a TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "What's a real job?" Oh, advertising. That's like writing tiny TV. And so I was like, that's more respectable. And then I met a guy on my bus. He's like, "Oh, I'm an advertiser." So I was like grilling him, asking him like how he could do it. And he like stopped me and he posed this question, which at the time I thought like, this guy's insane. He goes like, "Well, why do you think you'd be happier as an advertiser? Like, you're great at this job. Why don't you keep doing this job?" I'm like, "I can't do this job forever, man. This is a college job until I get an adult job, and I need the adult job to feel value in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I'm an adult and I have that job and it's the worst.
Yeah.
No,
You know?
totally.
And all I want to do is drive buses and make strangers
Dude,
laugh.
all work is valid.
Yeah.
It goes back to the whole thing where you're like, I just got to figure out how to be happy right now. What do I want from life?
You gotta be happy doing the thing you're doing.
Yeah. And then
whatever
that's
it is.
People
That's
that
the
can do
thing-
that are amazing.
people are like, a lot of time I'll say like, oh yeah, I gave up. I give up. I've given up on so many. Like I've kind of lately just given up on politics too. I'm like, yeah.
I've been telling
World's gonna end, and fucking my political ideology will never come to fruition, and it's over.
Welcome to the
yeah,
libertarian
I know,
side.
and I'm just like, it's
I'm
over.
like, it's just for me. It's
Yeah,
not for you guys.
yeah, yeah.
I'm a libertarian only for me, so I
No.
can check out and go do
Yeah.
whatever. I
I
want to
ju-
shoot guns and smoke weed.
Exactly. I just go online and I see people I agree with being insufferable and not even trying to win and just like
Yeah.
isolating themselves. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to be nice to my friends and I'm going to do my best to take care of anyone I can physically get to. And that's it. Fuck it. But like you give up, but a lot of people they're like, well, but you worked so hard at comedy. It's like, yeah, I can give up and still work hard. I can give up like all the desire and the like anxiety and the like obsession and still be like, I'm passionate.
Oh,
I'll
you
work
also-
hard as fuck because it's fun.
You also
Yeah.
put in the work.
Yeah, you got to put in the work
At
too.
some point, the plan is to give up.
Yeah, you put in a lot. Yeah, no,
And
totally.
And you just keep doing what you are having fun doing. You put in all the work so you can give up eventually.
Yeah, it's that weird bell curve where when you first start, you're like, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta go crazy, and you're kind of like, fuck it, I'm a beginner, who cares? And then you start to get good, then you go, I'm going crazy, and then you get good, and you go, fuck it doesn't matter again.
Well, that's like you said, it's like you got to quit caring what other comics think. And I feel like that's something I'm still trying to figure out. Like, honestly, what do I care about some other guy at an open mic? You know what I mean?
Hobbs, I don't care about you at all.
Thank you. See, that's what I need to hear. But it's like, because if you keep worrying about other comics, especially, it's like they'll dislike you even more the more
Yeah.
successful you get.
Yeah,
You know?
there's nothing.
So it's like, and that goes like same here is like, I hate you, for example.
Yeah,
You know, you and all your
100%. Like everyone in
success.
Utah, yeah. They just create a powerhouse of hate. I
Yeah.
feel it
Can you
directed
feel it
towards
all
me.
the way?
Yeah.
good. There's a whole chat group dedicated.
Oh, don't I know it?
There's more than one, probably. I bet I have my own side group.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I just send mean texts to my mom about you. She doesn't even know who you are.
If you,
This
need,
fucking
if you
guy.
need to take a selfie with us for the Utah hate group against me and Shayne, by all means.
I'm sure there is one. I'm only in the old one that got discontinued though.
Oh.
The general hate group, not the.
That was
dedicated you
Mac's
guys.
hate group.
Yeah, I know. I,
Oh, yeah.
I think I got invited by Mac. But you know, it's like one of those things. Like Utah, I don't know if this was unique, but like the back of the room in
No.
Salt Lake was very like I felt like you just had to get in with those guys. And honestly, I didn't even like most of those guys'
Yeah.
comedy. Like,
No,
so I don't know why I was.
they were
like,
bad.
Yeah, I don't know why I was struggling so much for them to approve me.
I think that's just a stand-up thing is you look up to the people doing it, and then once you finally get to that level, you're like,
realize it's so
oh,
low.
you got what?
It's just like becoming an adult.
Yeah.
You're a kid and you're like, oh, you're 20, dude, you're so adult. And then you become an adult and you go, none of us know what's going on.
Yeah.
None of this matters. There are no rules.
Yeah.
Oh,
There were
dude.
no rules before. There's still no rules. I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
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 Now you're here and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It is so weird that it's like going back to my dad is the guy I'm like, he's got such a level head. Like, how does he just know? He knows how to do everything. I ask him all the questions if I don't understand something. Like whether it's taxes, fixing my car, spending money, saving money. I always call him. But then when I hear him talk about stuff, I'm like, this old guy's out of touch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I want all of his advice. So I think it's just you see someone in an authoritative or a more experienced position, and you're like, oh yeah, it's easier when you get there.
You got to do the thing with comedy you do with fucking the T-shirt factory. You just got to go, this looks miserable and is bad, but I can make it better if I just fucking try.
Yeah.
If I just try to change my mindset. You do that with comedy. You go, what do I want from comedy?
I'm gonna do what you do. I'm gonna go shirtless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in
I'm
headphones.
gonna go on
and
stage.
just do my
fucking-
stand up.
You
my
might
underwear.
kill it, dude. That's a real way to just be like,
read my jokes. People are like booing. I'm like, I don't hear it. Blah, blah, blah.
dude, people might be like, this guy's a fucking genius. But it truly is like, what do I want from comedy? What do do I want from work? Well, sometimes all you want from work is the money so that you can go home and pursue your hobbies and dump in your fucking significant other.
Sometimes you just want to throw back, watch some Netflix, drink a 6-pack, and be happy.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
All
I
you
thought
can
you were
do
gonna
in
say
Hell World.
dump in your own personal toilet. I was like, that is the dream.
No, I was
I don't-
being
I don't like
crass.
to-
Are you
I was
saying-
being even more crass. You're very poop focused guy.
I am
Yeah.
because it's the thing that makes me the most uncomfortable.
So you like
I
to
think
be
really-
completely comfortable.
Have you tried our
Yeah.
bidet? Do you have a bidet at home?
No, but I
Yeah.
have been looking into it. Oh, I swear I told you guys this story.
Yeah, we
The-
talked
the
about-
Yeah,
Tushy.com.
Yeah.
What?
At work, because we were trying to. I saw a bidet company called Tushy or Hello Tushy, I think is called.
Yeah.
And I liked their ads, so I was like, we should do something like this, and I was going to show it. And so I Googled in a boardroom with a projector. I Googled
Nice.
Tushy.com.
No.
That is not a bidet site.
What was it?
It was a porn site.
It was porn.
It was
How
pornography.
How many people?
It was
in
like
the-
me and like 5 other people.
And let's see, Tushy.com, sponsor of the podcast, by the way. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like
Damn, just right in her asshole.
yeah,
Damn, this is I guess it is. It's very asshole centric.
yeah.
Yeah,
At,
it would be.
at work.
Oh, wait, am I in
And
the
so
Were
I
they
was like-
just like, and you were working in Utah at the time?
No, this was here.
Oh,
so
good.
luckily
Thank
they were
God.
like,
Thank-
"Oh, I know this." It's like someone could have stopped me.
Yeah.
How long did
If
it stay up on screen?
I just shut the laptop so it cut the feed, and then I apologized profusely.
Yeah. Was that the juice company?
Yeah, that was a juice company.
Where they
Yeah.
were just like, that's not right.
But the good thing is they were so unorganized that it was like, this isn't even the worst thing. The owner, I think, is under a sexual harassment case. So it's like,
oh,
this is the best thing that
dude.
happened this
You
week.
should. I want to get a good corporate job and then just try to get sexually harassed by someone in charge so I can sue.
Yeah. So
That's my big plan. You know how some people are like, I'm gonna get shot by a cop or hit by a mail truck.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Well,
Get hit by a car usually.
yeah. I'm gonna try and honeypot the
Slip-
fucking corporate.
yeah, you want to slip in a hotel or a resort.
I thought it was like a Walmart. Why a resort or a hotel?
Because they, so I just got back from Mexico. We went to a resort.
Oh, yeah? Is your back fine?
And
You slip? You all right?
no, but they don't have any people around. Like, and so I feel like you could easily slip and roll down a bunch of steps, or their pools, they have no lifeguard and they don't have signs that say don't jump off.
Mexico rules
But this is
so
Mexico,
hard.
right?
True. So that, but
They're
it's a
gonna be like-
resort, so I kind of feel like they can't afford the bad press
No.
because that's the only
Do you know
thing.
how many people
No,
die in Mexico?
they don't care.
every-
They don't think they care. They're like, you fucking.
I tell you, my wife tested positive, and they put us in quarantine so fast.
Positive for...
For a bad attitude. No, yeah, she tested positive for COVID on our last day, and luckily we bought the $30 insurance, and so
Yeah.
they sent us to a different part of the resort for 5 days.
It's just like lepers and
It
stuff
really was?
there.
That's
like-
so fun.
And like we weren't allowed. No one talked to us. No one came to clean our rooms
Wait, did
for
you get-
5 days.
You get room
Yeah.
service?
No. We could call room service. I thought because I tested negative, I could go out, which
Yeah.
defeats quarantine. But I was like walking around,
No, that makes
and
sense.
they're like, "Mr. Hobbs, you can't be here." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm
Wait.
sorry. I thought."
Wait, do that voice
No,
again.
I caught it in between. And I
No.
stopped.
Yeah, you can't do
You
that.
have my permission. Do the
No.
full
Yeah,
voice.
but your
no.
permission doesn't keep
Do
you.
the full voice.
No.
No.
Don't do anything you don't want to do.
Although-
Do the full.
I'll-
It's a cleaning lady. It's not a race. It's a cleaning lady in
Yeah.
Mexico voice.
I do a cleaning lady bit that ends with Rosa 2020, and then people get mad at me. And I said, well, "That's what a
Dude.
Ukrainian accent sounds like." And then they have to examine their prejudices.
Yeah.
So do the voice.
Well, he spoke immaculate English. He just had an accent. He said, "Mr. Hobbs, you can't be here."
There you go.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know." And he's like, "Yeah, but that's quarantine." And so now it's
Yeah,
changed
but
to
that's
Kermit.
quarantine.
Wait, were you hanging out with Mexican Kermit?
Yeah, he got very Kermity the Froggy there. But my favorite part
No,
was
so easy being green.
we called downstairs. You can just go to a pharmacy and get whatever you want in Mexico.
Yeah. Is that what you
And-
guys did?
No, well, so my dad was there on the trip. He also had to quarantine, and his mental health medication, he only brought enough for the trip, so he was like missing 5 days. And they called the front desk and said, "Hey, can you guys go get us this medicine?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be back in 5-10 minutes."
Yeah, because it's just like over the counter.
Yeah, everything's over the counter. So they go down.
A famous comic. Oh, he's dead. I think it was the Amazing Randy. He would fly down to Mexico to get stem cells over the counter
You can
to-
get him.
to rub on his toe, and he regrew his toe.
Shut up.
From Mexican
That's not
stem cells.
real.
That's real.
That's not
they
science.
They talk about it in a documentary.
Oh,
So
and
it's very-
documentaries never lie, as you know,
can't.
Hobbs.
stem cells are real. They
yeah,
work.
but I know they're real, but you don't just rub them on your
Why do you
leg
think
and-
Tom Cruise hasn't aged?
So if
He's
you
just
rubbed,
rubbing
if I rubbed stem cells on my knee, and they were toe stem cells, I just get a toe.
No,
that
stem
grew out?
cells are just they're nothing.
Or I get a next knee. Like what would happen?
It would whatever problem it would absorb into your body right there, and then whatever you needed, new cells, it would just have fresh cells in your knee.
I think you need to rub some stem cells on that idea because it's not.
Hey, Hobbs, up top, dude.
Dude,
I want a scientist.
Hey, mucho
on
es
this.
waka waka.
I want, dude, please inject stem cells right into my brain. I would love nothing more.
But yeah, the guy shows up, but he was wearing a pharmacy coat,
Whoa.
and he like delivered it. But
Was
then
it
we
the
saw
same-
the guy later in like a waiter's outfit. So they just have like
rules so
a
hard.
closet full of like, what am I doing? I'm a dentist. Okay, I'll be a dentist.
Dude, that guy rules
Yeah, it was
so
rad.
fucking. I love Mexico.
Mexico's
dude.
the
Mexico's
best.
Land
the
of the
fucking
free.
best.
Yeah, you know that's the good point. America is always like we're so free.
No.
Mexico is living free.
I-
They've
I'll-
given up some things.
Yeah,
You know,
here
there's a
and
trade-off,
there.
but
But people talk shit because the border of Mexico is like poor, and you're like, if we just took Appalachia and just put it on the border, they just match each other.
if we put our southern border sucks, man. Have you
ever been to New
Have
Mexico?
you been to Tucson? It's
Yeah.
the worst.
So yeah, that's always so funny.
Or not Tucson. What's the really southern one? Is it Tucson?
I don't know.
Tucson
I
is
don't know.
like it's
Is it?
it's a trash.
I went there
pile.
for a gem show with my in-laws.
A gem show?
Yeah, they took us to a gem show.
What the
We-
fuck is a gem
like
show?
gems, like rocks and like minerals and stuff.
You know,
like
all
the
the-
ones you like rub on.
So
you
like
and,
a gun show, but for rocks.
but yeah, for hippies.
Is it? Oh, for hippies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sun worshippers.
But he's like a geologist and a hippie.
Cool.
It was
good
so
for
funny.
him.
They were sneaking gummies the whole trip. Just my wife and I watching. I'm
Weed
like, "You guys-"
gummies?
yeah, like they're sharing suckers. And like, you guys think you're being sneaky? You're adults. Do what you want to do.
just
Yeah.
do drugs.
Yes. But we walked into a tent, and my mother-in-law stopped me, and she goes, "No." She's looking around. She's like, "The vibe is way off."
Dude, you're that
I'm
rules.
not kidding.
That fucking rules.
She's like,
so
"These
hard.
minerals are too close to an entrance. What are they thinking?" I'm like, "I don't know what they're thinking.
Wait.
It's insane."
How did you feel the vibes?
Well, so she made me hold 2 rocks,
Okay.
and she goes, "How do you feel?" And I swear it was like 3 beats. We just looked at each other, and I said, "I feel silly." And then she took them away, and that was it.
my mom is really into that. All
Is
that.
she?
Like, I would catch her like I'd look behind me real quick, and she'd be like hovering with a crystal over my head, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
What?
And she'd be like, "I'm clearing your chakras." I'm like, "Don't clear my
Don't
chakras
clear 'em, I need 'em."
without my permission." It's like it feels like a violation of my soul, right? I
Amen.
She's
would like
beaming you with fucking rock energy.
Dude,
you don't
I
even
felt
want.
so. I was one of those things.
Stealthing you with rocks,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, I was so. It's like one of those things where it's like, ask me for permission. I'm still gonna say no, but it's like,
Here's my thing: put the rock in a condom.
There you go.
Then
Yeah.
I'll
Slip it
touch
in.
it. Yeah,
Dude,
save me.
It's so funny because it's like, I get it. I'm Mormon. I get made fun of my beliefs all the time, but it's always like atheists that want to show me their magic rock collection. So it's like we all have our weird thing.
Yeah,
Whatever you got to make your life
Yeah.
better, put those rocks in your armpits. I don't care.
mine is connecting numbers to prove a satanic cabal
Yeah, there you
controls everything.
Mine's
You
being
and
in
Jim
the
Carrey, right?
satanic cabal that Mac is trying to hunt
So
down.
one of you is undercover on the other
yeah,
one.
Yeah. We're both
both deep.
both double secret triple agents. Dude, what if your mother-in-law was like, "All right, give me the murderer rock and the rapist rock," and then you held them, and then nothing happened,
And I'm
and she
like-
was like, "Okay, good," but you didn't know. You were just like, "I feel silly,"
Like,
and she's
oh.
like, "Almost got his ass," just to make
I just
sure.
feel like a lust for
Yeah, she's like,
Oh,
she's
no.
like, "How do you feel?" And you're just breaking out in hives, and she's like, it goes over to her husband, and she's like,
They burn a lot.
They got to stop him.
Yeah, that. Anyway, they're great folks.
Do you have any rocks in your home?
They send us. So he's my father-in-law does. He's like a contractor, so he does a bunch of construction stuff. But he also in his free time he builds jewelry. That's partially why they go.
Hell yeah, that's cool for them.
So he's sent my wife a bunch of like his jewelry that he's made, and then they have like special rocks that I guess
Special
mean-
energies?
Yeah.
Someone pointed out for longtime listeners. Remember when we got sent that cursed rock?
When I got sent the curse rock.
What
Well-
did you do to deserve a cursed rock?
Don't worry about it. So
Listen,
that
people
Was this the
cursing.
number one guest sent that rock?
No.
that cursed rock was at the old apartment, right?
Yeah.
And now we don't have it anymore.
No, the cursed rock is here.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you tell me that? Now I feel bad. I feel like a dark energy.
Well,
just like-
is it?
I don't know.
Cold chill came up.
So
my
anyway,
spine.
someone pointed out that the cursed rock probably got lost. I don't know.
I'll go. After,
One of-
maybe the cursed rock isn't here.
One of our most
Is it shaped like anything, or is it just a rock?
It's like a black, ominous stone.
Yeah, someone put a curse. We get hexed from time to time.
Someone sent me
Oh.
like this Blair Witch, like it was scary.
Yeah.
It literally looked like it had blood on it, and they had like crumpled it up and like screamed into it and cried into it, like, and then it was like all these crazy scribbles, like with a coal pen, and like it had symbols and shit drawn on it. It was like, I wish you the worst, like blah blah. It was like a curse.
Did
Like a horrible curse,
do
and then there was
something?
like runes on it and shit. Yeah, I angered a person.
we say stuff uncensored on the podcast.
Yeah.
This particular was just a woman who was like, I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. That's
Nice.
just not. You just listen to my podcast, and even if I liked you, I wouldn't date you long distance or whatever.
Or
And then
it's
they
like,
were
yeah.
like, well, I'm insane now, and I'm going to try and kill you.
Oh, I wish I had that effect.
Oh, you will.
You
enough
think?
times, enough visitors on this podcast.
All right.
yeah,
So
eventually.
a lot of people are like, when are you going to get your P.O. box? And we're like, well, we'll get there
Yeah, how,
eventually.
did they, how
Yeah,
did they
dude.
send you stuff? They just
They used to have our address because we got doxxed.
doxed. That's the
Yeah.
word.
Well, we did it to ourselves a little bit, but then someone was like just sharing it out online.
Mm.
There's a mole. Well, I have like a Discord, and there's one of the people in the Discord is evil. I don't know who it is, but
I'd say
You have
a
a
few.
mole.
well, yeah, maybe more than one. That's
But-
why like I don't. I mean, you know,
The-
they kind of ruined streaming and some other things
The
for me.
other
but
thing, though, is they're really nice people, too.
There's I mean, truly
But
some of the best experiences of my entire life.
Yeah.
it
They
only
made me a book once.
It only takes one person
Yeah.
to dox it. Where you're
Really?
just
Yeah,
like,
it only
"That's
does
takes-
suck.
It only takes one evil double secret triple agent in the
Oh,
group.
Please don't dox me. We just moved into this place, and I'm already afraid of most of the doormen, and
Dude.
I don't want.
Dude, you have doormen. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And
We-
also, they don't seem to care about the guests. They truly just hate me, and then sometimes
They
Mac.
they hate me because I am
But you
going-
like feed off of it.
I feed off of
right?
it, and I'm also like, hey, if you want to get to Shayne, you're gonna have to pay.
So he's the mole.
No one's paid yet,
What
but
if Mac was the
Yeah.
evil guy?
I do have a
who's trying to
price.
ruin my life.
dude, I'll
Oh, man.
I'll take photos of his feet for you while he's asleep.
I
I'll
thought
invade all of his privacies.
your fan base, my minimal interaction was all very good. They sent me some messages saying, "Oh, this is a great episode."
Oh,
so
that's
it was,
so.
it was
no,
really
dude,
nice.
truly. Again, it's so funny because like 98% of them are the sweetest, most caring. Like I miss them. I want to stream and stuff, but the stress and the horrific feeling of just like knowing that people act like this, and then there's a definitely, and I'm almost saying too much, but who cares? Maybe this helps people who are like, why don't you stream more? I miss you and stuff to
Are you
understand.
not streaming right now?
No, not as I almost never stream now, and I want to come back, but there's a part of me that's just like so tired of it. There is a person who everyone interacts with, and I don't know who it is, that is popular in the group, or not popular, but they
In the
seem cool.
fan club.
They seem normal and cool and awesome, but they are secretly evil.
Mm.
And I don't know who it is. So like, and it has happened one other time, and then I caught them, and then and solved it. But like, so it's happened twice now,
So it's
where
really-
but someone is like it literally crazy, like gaslight, like you have a girlfriend and everyone's like she's the nicest, best person, but then she hits you in private. Like we have one of those.
you're getting gone girled by a fan.
Yeah, I'm getting gone girl.
I get that reference. I just watched it.
Yeah,
nice.
like 2
dude.
weeks
got a
ago. Yeah,
reference.
I got it. I get
I've
it.
never seen it. What do you think of it?
It's wild. So good.
Yeah,
All right,
dude.
so
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
watch Gone Girl, and you're gonna watch Jackass 4. That was the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah.
Oh hell yeah, everybody!
Don't dox Hobbs. In fact,
Hey, be nice to Hobbs.
in
Look
fact,
at him. He's
I didn't think I
he's
was
so
gonna get a lot of like
gentle.
sexting stuff, just from your guys' fan base, and I was like all preparing, like, guys, I'm married, I can't. And then it was only really nice gentlemen.
Dude,
oh wait, those gentlemen they're
the
good.
Is that what
Gentlemen
they
are
were going for?
sweeties.
No, they all just said nice things,
I
and they told
know.
me I need to get my
Dude.
colon checked.
Dude, oh my god, that's so funny. The nice fans have been extra respectful to me
Yeah.
over the past like
Yeah?
6 months.
We
Yeah,
get
they've
it.
been the best.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
Love
They're playing the
you
long
guys
con.
so
They're
much.
gonna fuck you when your wife kicks
It's
you
just
out.
nice to be invited to things. That's all I
Yes.
like.
Where can they find you to harass you nicely online?
I actually have things. So I've been doing Oh
Oh, you
shoot,
got upcoming shows?
I do, but I want to talk to you guys about it first before I
Oh,
promote
yeah,
it.
we'll talk about it on the Patreon. too.
Patreon.
But where can they follow you online?
Follow me on Twitter. Oh shoot, Hobbs Presents.
Damn.
Hobbs Presents, and on Instagram, the real Andrew Hobbs.
you got to tweet more.
I do, and I'm
You're
going to
funny.
start. Thank you. I'm gonna start because I'm building a website that I want to do. It's gonna kind of be like where I can put jokes and videos and stuff. So I'm building it right now, and
It's called Twitter.
yeah,
And
I know.
Instagram.
But I want I liked the design aspect of it, so I
Okay.
wanted to build my own, and then I thought this would be a great place to put stuff. So I'm gonna start
Are
selling
you-
T-shirts and things like that. But
So a website.
yeah, like my own personal website.
Let's
but
do
it's so I'm building that right now, and I got to film a couple commercials
Ooh.
for this little ad agency that I know.
Oh, look who does have
Yeah.
a job
So-
secretly the
well,
whole time.
but it's not enough to pay
I'm
the
an
bills. But
actor.
man, it's been a lot of fun. So go watch those videos and like them, so they get more traction. So they'll hire me again.
Hey, you should have hired me to be in the videos.
Yeah, well, that's
Then
the thing.
that
I'm
would have
getting to
They
the
would have
point.
been like, wow, Hobbs knows a guy who could be in the videos.
Well, the last couple they haven't even written a script. They've just been like, "Hey, come on and just do your thing."
That rules.
And so
Yeah.
it's
Good
the
for you,
best.
man.
And so what I'm hoping is that I can start coming up with like ideas for their company, like the
Sick.
products and stuff, and then
There you
invite
go.
other
Look at
people.
that.
So,
So that'll be rad.
there you
And
go.
it's on my I posted on Twitter and Instagram.
yeah,
There you
you
go.
should tweet more.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
tweet
do.
your fucking thoughts out.
Links are in the.
I
thing.
should. I do. I my drafts is full, and then I never send them.
Post a draft a day.
Yeah,
Okay.
take a screenshot of your drafts.
and
and
then put
post
it on
that.
Instagram.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming
was
back.
fun,
We
guys.
love
Yeah,
Hobbs.
what are that? We love this. Look how wholesome.
He's secretly
Yeah.
my favorite guest.
I know. I big
Suck
time
it,
love
number one
Hobbs. I
guest.
big time love Hobbs. That's funny because I'm in a very like fucking lovey-dovey mood today. So I was like, oh, Hobbs is the perfect guest to like
should-
match my mood. 'cause
Oh,
he's
right
so
on.
wholesome and
Well,
good.
hopefully it was good.
I'm gonna
That's
get on
great.
Twitch.
We'll
and-
hug after this.
We going to
I'm
All
gonna
right,
get on
yeah.
Twitch and rank all of our guests.
Yeah.
so fucked in a tier list.
Yeah, to tier. Hobbs B+. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening.
That's pretty good.
Have
B+
a
is great.
Have a great
If,
whatever.
if you're listening to this, I love you so much. If you're at work less hard.
yeah, work a little.
Dude, minimum wage means minimum effort, my friends.
Just take care of
Right.
yourself. What do you want from life? To chill and be happy.
Also, if you're at work, find one of the work computers and subscribe to our podcast and have it playing in the background.
Do it.
Yeah.
Even on silent. All right, everybody.
All right.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.